A very good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you very much for joining the Live Signatures Radio. It's a daily show on the subjects of purpose, productivity, and resilience. This is what keeps us going, and we normally deliver this through a series of messages where we go down onto a particular message and we dissect it 360. And what we're doing at this moment in time, we're talking about the subject, the keyword of reputation. Make no mistake about it, you do have a reputation. I do have a reputation to keep. Should we bother about our reputations? Yes, we should. And the reasons as to why we should bother about our reputations is what I am talking about in these episodes that we started maybe 5 days ago. And we're continuing to do so, continuing to go strong as far as this is concerned. So I'll just ask you to recommend this to as many people as you can if it's making sense to you in one way or another, because today we're going to talk about one more thing, why we should care and bother about our reputations. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
We've already seen over the past 2 or so episodes, we've already seen why it is important for you and I to care about our very reputations. The first thing we said is that we operate in this life on the basis of trust. Cannot buy anything if I don't trust the thing that I'm buying or the person that is selling me the thing. Cannot do a life with someone that I know they are not trustworthy. Whether it's business or a relationship, whatever it is a key element. Even though we don't front it, it's operating within our lives. I've got to trust you to do business with you. I've got to trust you to do life with you. In fact, by the way, I've got to trust you to employ me. If you're going to employ me, I've got to have some level of trust. Are you going to pay me? Are you going to treat me well? Right? Are you doing the right thing to begin with? If I don't have any level of trust, I'm not going to do life with you. And if my reputation goes out there that I am not a trustworthy human being, there goes all the connections in life, whether they are transactional relationships, they're business relationships, whatever it is, they go south. So number one, it is the currency of trust. That's why we should bother about our relationships. Number two, we talked about this yesterday. It is the currency of recommendations, word of mouth marketing. That we leverage a lot on word of mouth when somebody goes out there and tells their inner circles about how great you are in the things that you do. You are the greatest artist that they've ever met. You are the greatest writer that they've ever met. You're the greatest speaker that they've ever met. They are going to do what? They're going to recommend you. But the opposite is also true. Actually, it's either true or not in two ways. One, if your service or your reputation is not good, it is bad, what are people going to do? Two things. Either they're going to do nothing about it, or they're going to do the exact opposite. They're going to tell everybody else who matters, who cares about them, how bad you are. But I've seen human beings that are so malicious, Just because someone is progressing. I see a friend of mine called Robert Burale has experienced this quite a lot. I mean, a random person just goes onto the social media pages and they start raving about Robert over something that is just an allegation, something that is not true. Why? Because Robert has a reputation to keep. Right? So they would rather, and we've seen this, they would rather spoil their name. We've seen that once someone tries to spoil your name, which is actually stellar, it's pure, it's cool, it's clean, what happens? Your name, your brand actually becomes better and greater because you cannot stoop low to those things. But reputations, good reputations will earn recommendations all the time because it's the default mode of human beings to recommend people. Now, today let us look at one more way or one more thing that is important for us to care about our reputation, and this is absolutely critical, especially when it comes to the doing life in terms of business. There is something in business where people normally talk about competition. All right. Yesterday I went to do some transaction with mobile money, and what happened is that the place where I went, the lady did not have enough float. You know what float means? Did not have enough cash and so on. And so she said, let me go next door and see if they do. The lady is not necessarily competing with the person who's doing the same business. What is she doing? They are kind of collaborating. The key word here is collaborating. And I normally say this, that if you think that your biggest enemy in business is your competitor, you have already lost. Your biggest enemy in business is the trouble you're trying to elevate. If you're selling phones, your biggest enemy in business is phoneless people or lack of communication or something of that nature. It is not your competitor. Now, there are some levels of doing business where there's something they call collaboration, especially in the same niche. And let me just use the example of people who are in the building people industry. Like, I am a coach, a sales coach, or I am a life coach, or I am an executive coach, and there is no way that I'm going to do all those things. I am a specialist in being a life coach. Daniel Chaudhry is a specialist in being a sales coach. And so when Daniel Chaudhry experiences a situation where someone needs my expertise, he's not going to say, yeah, I can do it, I'm a life coach also. No, he's going to say, let me talk to my brother Lawrence, who is going to come here and is going to help you. He's the best in the business. What has Daniel just done? Number one, he's recommended me. And number two, he's going to collaborate with me. Because one of the things that he can do is that he can bring me on board to work under his umbrella, and I can still do the same thing, so that we go there as a team. We're not going separately, going there as a team. But this is not going to happen, because when we work as a team, of course, the exponential potential, we reach our reach is exponential as compared to when I'm working as an individual. Okay, and so when we go there as a team, we only do so because I have loved your reputation, you have loved my reputation. There is no way. For example, if I am a child molester, and my reputation is out there as a child molester, there is absolutely no way that Daniel Chaudhry is going to come and say, this is my brother, we're working together. No, it's not going to happen. So I need to care about keeping my good reputation, so that I can be open to such like opportunities for collaboration with people. These collaborations happen day in and day out. The Bible says that two cannot work together unless they are in agreement. And it simply means that you cannot do life either through relationships, work, or projects if one person has a reputation of not, has a reputation that you do not agree with, a reputation that has a dark, something on it. The other hand is also true. If you have an impeccable reputation that you have built through good works, good character, good value, consistency, People want to be associated with you. People want to do business together with you, want to join and lock arms together with you. See, we need each other. In order for this to happen, we need each other. We know that in this world we go further if we work together. That is why we need to mind sincerely about our reputations. So much can be gained through locking arms with other people, like-minded people. And however, for that collaboration to be easily effected, for it to easily happen, there needs to be no question about my reputation whatsoever. I talked yesterday about Tiger Woods and Nike. We all saw how he was dumped by just about every company, all companies that were associated with him, apart from Nike, one company. They stuck with him. They collaborated with this great man because of his reputation. And guess what? He came back and he won another Masters, another green jacket. And Nike was there to smile, while the other guys who had dropped him licked their wounds. That was somewhere around 2019. See, that is a story to tell generations to come about loyalty. But that loyalty came because this guy was collaborating with people who are reputable. There is no collaboration that is going to come my way. There's no collaboration that is going to come your way if your reputation is of note. If your reputation is soiled, if your reputation is spoiled, there is no way that anybody is going to do business with you. But you've seen in this day and in this age how critically important it is for people to want to do business with each other. How collaboration is a mightily important aspect of our lives. So we've got to care about it. And if we've got to care about it, then we've got to care about our reputations. If you have any skeletons in the cupboard, it's time to deal with them. Maybe you'll need to deal between you and God. Maybe between you and the authorities. You see, whatever it is, just move heaven and earth to make sure that you are clean. Your reputation is good. That way, you're open to collaborating with many people, either directly in your niche or even outside of your niche. That's what people are looking for. People are looking for others who are clean and valuable to do business with them. Tomorrow, we will continue talking about this, but until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.